Hey Joe fans, JoeFan82 here. Today I'm looking at the FSS 5.0 Steel Raven figure from the G.I. Joe Collectors Club. This figure was released this year in 2017 and is based on the character that was seen in the G.I. Joe Extreme television series. Let's take a closer look at the packaging. On the top it says GIJoeClub.com exclusive, and as always we have the retro G.I. Joe logo, and it says Cobra Enemy. Even though she's technically not a member of Cobra, she is a member of SCAR. I have to admit that I do like this artwork. She's looking very sinister there with her hat and her uniform. And on the bottom left is the retro Hasbro logo. On the right it says SCAR Infantry Officer, codename Steel Raven. And here's a look at the figure in the packaging. And here's the back. We've got that same artwork, just bigger on the back. And on the right it says G.I. Joe Club exclusive 5-12. That's year 5, figure number 12. On the bottom is the file card. On the file card you have that same artwork again and the Cobra logo. I feel like it should have the SCAR logo instead because she's not a member of Cobra. So on the top it says SCAR Infantry Officer, codename Steel Raven, file name unknown, primary military specialty Infantry Commander, secondary military specialty Interrogation, birthplace unknown, grade OF-1 Lieutenant. Steel Raven joined SCAR, or Soldiers of Chaos, Anarchy, and Ruin, at a young age and rose through the ranks as a dedicated infantry fighter. Her allegiance to their leader, Iron Claw, knows no bounds. She even lost her eye, saving the life of his alter ego, Count von Ronny. Her subsequent refusal to divulge his true identity has cemented her place at his side. Like him, she is fanatically committed to the ultimate destruction of the existing world powers. So she's very much a Baroness type character. As commander of the SCAR Legions, she is entrusted with the welfare, morale, and professional development of the soldiers under her authority. She is also responsible for delegating all tasks and missions assigned by Iron Claw, and is personally accountable for completing them. As Chief Interrogator, she is known for using enhanced information extraction techniques on captured prisoners, as well as brutal medieval methods where appropriate. Yikes. Her goal is to either persuade allies to join them or enemies to divulge their secrets. And the quote on the bottom says, "The only true test of loyalty is through your own sacrifice." Here is Steel Raven out of the package, and your eyes are not deceiving you. She is leaning to her right, our left, which is a little disappointing. That's just how she stands up out of the package for some reason. Let's take a closer look. Her hat, while it is a very nice sculpt, we've seen it on other figures like General Flag. It is the same hat, just painted black with the SCAR logo. It's a nice hat, however, it is a bit too small for her head. I had to really jam it down on there for it to stay in place. So she loses some points there. We'll just take that off for now. The head sculpt is very nice. I do like that. They did a great job. The paint apps are on point. Nice hair sculpt in the back. She has an all black uniform underneath, very similar to the Baroness. And everything else, oh, and black pants, everything else is brown. She's got a brown jacket with some brown sleeves, a little black on the hand. It looks very nice. She's got a gold belt buckle, but everything else here is brown. Brown belt, some kind of brown skirt thing going on. This is all plastic. Black pants and brown boots with some high heels, very reminiscent of Guess Who, Baroness. So that's the figure. Let's look at the articulation. Her head is very limited in articulation, practically none, because of her hair, the way her hair is sculpted, so not much movement there at all. Her arms, her shoulders do have full range of motion, 360. Her elbows go about 90 degrees. She's got a joint right here where the glove meets the rest of the arm, and no wrist articulation at all on either hand. She does have a joint here in the torso. She can move left to right, and there's a slight up and down movement like that. Coming down, she has very minimal movement down here on the bottom. She does have double jointed knees, if you can see that. See, it's hard to even see through this skirt thing, but they are double jointed. But I mean, she's only going to be standing up. You're not going to get much motion out of this. She does have an ankle joint here, and the feet do full 360, and that's about it for articulation. Not much movement. Let me so she's basically just going to be standing up like this, if you can get her to stand up, and she's going to be leaning over like that. Let's take a look at her accessories. She comes with the figure stand, codename Steel Raven, with the Cobra logo. She's not a member of Cobra, however, she's a member of Scar. She comes with these two small guns, which have a decent sculpt. They're all black. It does take some doing to get her to hold the guns, and they tend to fall out quite easily, and so you're going to have trouble trying to recreate that pose from the card art, especially in her right hand. The gun tends to move towards the side like that, which is not great. She comes with this larger gray rifle, which she does a much better job holding on to. This is a solid light gray, and she comes with a tricorder. It has the Scar logo in white and green, and a decent sculpt on this. Not sure what this brown peg in the back is for. It sticks out like that, but there's not really a place to stick it on anywhere. And she can really only hold it in her left hand. That's where the handle is on it. And as I said before, she comes with this hat, which could be a little bit bigger. Overall, I'm not really impressed with this figure. The hat is just a little bit too small. If that was a little bit bigger, that would have been nice. The face sculpt, the head sculpt is great. I'm not thrilled with the brown on the black. I think maybe an all black ensemble would have worked better. She doesn't look too bad after you get her set up on the figure stand with the weapons and you mash that hat down on her head. So if you're looking for a nice statuesque figure, this is a decent pick. However, if you want an action figure that moves around and holds her weapons well and has no trouble putting her hat on, then this should be a pass. And I almost forgot to mention that she is pretty much a combination of Major Blood and the Baroness just mashed together, maybe in a transporter accident. She's a combination of the two of them, so her name would be Baron Blood. So that wraps up this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave me a comment about this figure. What do you think? And I'm also on social media. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, look me up, JoeFan82. I'm also on Patreon if you feel like supporting this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.